and gentlemen, what you see before you defies all logic of our time. We live in a world of structure, order, and science, yet every so often, something extraordinary breaks through. Imagine, if you will, a place hidden just beyond the edge of our understanding, a realm of wonder we can't quite explain, a world that whispers secrets in darkened alleys and hints at ancient mysteries lying in wait. This isn't merely a tale or fantasy. It's an invitation to open our minds to the possibility that what we know is only a fraction of what truly is. We stand here, on the edge of revelation, on the brink of something marvelous, something that brings magic back to life. I urge you, let curiosity lead the way. Let's uncover the extraordinary within the ordinary, for who knows what marvels await in the shadows we once dared not explore. In the heart of Las Vegas, 1950, where the neon lights shine bright and the city never sleeps, for friends embark on a night they'll never forget. Dressed to the nines, they step into a world of high-stakes games, glamour, and unpredictability. But as the drinks flow and the music plays, things begin to spiral out of control. What starts as a celebration becomes a whirlwind of mystery, laughter, and mayhem. Friendships are tested, secrets unravel, and nothing is quite what it seems. A missing groom, a string of bizarre clues, and no memory of what went wrong. In a city built on risk and reward, only one thing is certain: this night will change everything. Step back into the glamorous 1950s, where every moment is a picture-perfect scene and life sparkles with charm. Barbie is the embodiment of this retro elegance, a vision of style, grace, and endless adventure. From dazzling evenings in sleek ball gowns to carefree days in pastel skirts, she effortlessly blends sophistication with fun. In a world of jukeboxes, classic cars, and soda fountains, Barbie's world is one of timeless beauty and endless possibilities. Whether she's hosting a chic soiree or cruising down the boulevard, Barbie always knows how to steal the spotlight. So, get ready to embrace a world where dreams come to life, and every step is a dance of pure elegance. In a world where everything looks picture perfect, there's a story that's anything but ordinary. The Simpson family, a quirky, vibrant, and completely unforgettable, is about to take you on a nostalgic journey through a time when life seemed simpler. But the problems were just as chaotic, set against the backdrop of the 1950s, where soda shops and jukeboxes reigned supreme. This family faces the highs and lows of everyday life with a twist of humor, a dash of mischief, and a whole lot of heart. Get ready for a colorful adventure filled with love, laughter, and just the right amount of vintage charm. This is their world, retro style, and you're invited to join the fun. In a world where everything looks picture perfect, there's a story that's anything but ordinary. The Simpson family, a quirky, vibrant, and completely unforgettable, is about to take you on a nostalgic journey through a time when life seemed simpler. But the problems were just as chaotic, set against the backdrop of the 1950s, where soda shops and jukeboxes reigned supreme. This family faces the highs and lows of everyday life with a twist of humor, a dash of mischief, and a whole lot of heart. Get ready for a colorful adventure filled with love, laughter, and just the right amount of vintage charm. This is their world, retro style, and you're invited to join the fun. A grand ship, a symbol of human achievement, glides across the ocean, its passengers basking in the glow of possibility. Underneath the surface of this post-war glamour, however, fate has already cast its shadow. Love and dreams unfold beneath the ship's chandeliers, as friendships are forged and futures imagined. But the calm is deceptive. In the blink of an eye, nature's fury strikes, and the ocean that once carried hope now threatens to consume it. In this fight for survival, courage emerges in unexpected places, as bonds are tested, and sacrifice becomes the ultimate measure of love. For in the face of overwhelming darkness, the light of human spirit refuses to fade. This is not just a voyage, it's a battle for life, love, and the indomitable will to survive. In a world defined by conformity and fear, a new era is emerging. It's 1950, and hidden among us are those who possess extraordinary abilities, mutants. Feared by a society that doesn't understand them, they walk a tightrope between survival and revolution. Led by a visionary, they fight for a future where acceptance can replace fear. But the battle for peace is not so simple. Shadows loom as enemies rise, and the line between hero and villain blurs. In this retro world of polished suits and vintage streets, a war brews. This isn't just a fight for survival, it's a fight for the future. The mutants are here, and nothing will ever be the same. In a world where the lines between man and machine blur, Tony Stark, a brilliant inventor and heir to a fortune, stands on the brink of revolution. Set against the backdrop of 1950s innovation and glamour, Stark Industries thrives, pushing the boundaries of technology. But behind the tailored suits and gleaming gadgets, Tony hides a dark truth. The very inventions he's created to protect have been used to destroy. As enemies close in and time runs out, Tony must confront not only his past, but also his greatest creation, the Iron Man. This is not just a fight for survival, it's a fight for redemption. The stakes have never been higher, and in the shadows of the atomic age, a hero will rise. Step into a world where the charm of the 1950s meets the brilliance of a futuristic vision. Imagine sleek, retro-inspired designs, from cars to clothing, capturing the essence of mid-century elegance with the advancements of a new era. In this world, technology and style go hand in hand, shining. Streamlined cars float effortlessly above the streets, while families gather in homes that blend the nostalgia of the past with futuristic gadgets that seem almost magical. Every detail is a tribute to the grace of a time long gone, but transformed by the possibilities of tomorrow. It's a place where innovation and tradition dance together, creating a seamless blend of comfort and wonder. This is not just the future, it's a reimagined journey, where the best of the past fuels the dreams of what's yet to come. In a world where every punch carries weight, and every move is a gamble, victory isn't just earned, it's fought for. The year is 1950, and the stakes are higher than ever. Men step into the ring, not just to battle each other, but to confront their own fears, their doubts, and the shadows of a past that haunts them. The roar of the crowd fills the air, cigarette smoke lingers, and the dim light casts long shadows on those brave enough to stand at the center of it all. The gloves they wear, the grit in their eyes, and the sweat on their brows tell a story of resilience, of determination. Each hit they take, each drop of blood spilled on the canvas, is a testament to their unwavering will. But beyond the punches, beyond the pain, there's something greater. The fight isn't just for a title or a prize, it's for respect, for redemption, for survival. They went through a lot, pain, potty and tears, but they achieved their goal and became who they decided to be. In a world that tests your every limit, only those with the strength to rise, the courage to face the storm, and the heart to push forward will stand tall when the bell rings for the final time. This is more than a fight. This is a legacy. In the heart of a city where shadows grow long and secrets linger in the fog, every face holds a story, and every stranger is a potential ally or a foe. Life here isn't easy. It takes grit, resilience, and a keen eye to survive. I've seen friends turn rivals, and once safe streets turned into battlegrounds. We walk this fine line, keeping our heads high and our wits sharper, knowing trust is a rare currency. Yet, despite it all, we carry on, bound by the quiet, unbreakable hope that somewhere, amid the chaos, lies the chance for something more. It's never certain, but for those of us who choose to stand and fight, the pursuit of peace, justice, and a brighter dawn keeps us moving forward. This is our city, our story, and it's far from over. In a world defined by whispers in the dark and secrets exchanged in shadow, we find ourselves bound not by the law, but by the thin threads of trust and ambition. This tale isn't just about right or wrong, it's about choices, made in the quiet of night, that ripple out and change everything. Set against the smoky bars, crowded diners, and moonlit streets of the 1950s, we are pulled into a dance of loyalty and betrayal, where every word matters, and every glance could seal a fate. This journey is filled with faces that tell stories they'll never speak aloud, alliances formed over shared glances, and promises kept through nothing but ironclad will. Here, the stakes grow higher with each step, leading us closer to that final reckoning. And when it all unravels, remember it's in the heart of silence and the edge of tension that true stories are born. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand on the edge of something far beyond the life we've known. In a world dressed in familiar suits and ties, where the days seem as set as clockwork, we've begun a journey that defies all certainty. It started as whispers of what could be, growing into a force none of us expected. And now, each choice, each step, has led us here, to a moment that feels both timeless and fleeting. The path may be uncertain, but together, we carry the resolve of those before us. With courage and conviction, we embrace what lies ahead, knowing we walk a road that promises change. And if we hold on to that spark within, perhaps we'll shape a new future, one that echoes beyond our time.
3, 2, 1, go!
In a world defined by shadows and uncertainty, there comes a time when we must face our fears head-on. The choices we make, the paths we walk, determine not only our fate, but the future of those around us. Each challenge, each test of strength, forces us to dig deeper, to find that fire within that refuses to be extinguished. We stand not just for ourselves, but for something greater.
In the face of adversity, we rise, and through our unity and unyielding spirit, we discover that true power comes not from might, but from resilience, courage, and the unwavering belief that we can change the world. Together, we become unstoppable.
It was Fantastic 4. Subscribe if you win.
In the quiet streets and smoky alleys of the 1950s, two unlikely heroes emerged, bound not by fame or fortune, but by a shared sense of purpose. They faced shadows darker than night, mysteries hidden in plain sight, and dangers that lurked around every corner. It was a time when trust was scarce and secrets ran deep. Yet, through each challenge, they held on to a sliver of hope, daring to believe that good could still prevail. Together, they unearthed truths long buried and stood tall in the face of fear. In a world where the line between right and wrong blurred, their journey wasn't just about solving mysteries, it was about restoring a balance long forgotten. Their story is one of resilience, courage, and a relentless pursuit of justice. Tonight, we stand together on the edge of a new age, where human spirit and engineered strength unite. In these times, the threats around us are countless, but so too are our defenses. We've crafted something extraordinary and alive, forged not only from steel, but guided by justice, with a heart driven by our very ideals. This isn't about replacing our bravery or the courage of our people. We can look forward to a future where the innocent are safer, where the scales of justice are even,
and where
it's
those
about
who
enhancing
threaten
it.
peace will think
Together,
twice.
we face a future
So
where
let us
safety
welcome
prevails,
this new
where
era
the
with
innocent
open
are
hearts.
shielded, and those who seek to disrupt peace are met with strength. So let us embrace this moment. Let us step into this new dawn with hope, and with our unity, we will build a safer, stronger tomorrow. In a world cloaked in intrigue and danger, our hero stands alone, navigating shadows and secrets in pursuit of a truth hidden from the eyes of ordinary men. With a heart steeled by purpose, he uncovers clues that lead him down darkened alleys, through whispered conversations, and into rooms where every glance could be a threat. But in this game of shadows, he's not alone. Friends and foes merge and blur, and danger echoes in every glance and gesture. And as the final moment nears, he stands face to face with his nemesis, locked in a battle not just for survival, but for something far greater. This journey, a dance of wits and courage, reminds us that sometimes the answers we seek lie not in the light, but in the shadows.
In a world where magic weaves through every corner, the line between light and darkness grows thinner. As the past regains its power, secrets hidden in the shadows are ready to emerge. They are young wizards living in a new world, but facing ancient forces. Every spell, every step brings them closer to the point of no return. But evil never sleeps. It hides in every dark corner, waiting for its moment to strike. Time is their enemy, and fate is an unforgiving judge. In this world, where every choice can change everything, they must fight not only for magic but for themselves. Their battle is just beginning, and no spell will save them from what lies ahead.
In a world where everything seems familiar, yet nothing is as it once was, we stand at the crossroads of fate. The year may be 1950, but the challenges we face are timeless battles of strength, of will, and of heart. It's in these moments, when the world is shifting around us, that we find our true selves. We are not bound by the era we live in, nor by the conventions of society. Instead, we choose our own path, forging ahead with courage and determination. Together, we stand strong, united by a shared vision, ready to face whatever comes next. Because no matter the time or place, the strength to fight for what is right is always within us. And as we move forward, we carry with us the power to shape our destiny. Today, as we gather on the brink of monumental discovery, we find ourselves holding the reins to forces beyond what we once thought possible. In our pursuit of knowledge, we've crossed boundaries and unveiled powers that can shape humanity's future for generations. But this knowledge is a double-edged sword, one that requires caution, integrity, and foresight. The responsibility of wielding it falls squarely on us. Let us not just ask what we can achieve, but reflect on what is worth achieving. The choices we make today will echo into tomorrow, defining our legacy and the world we leave behind. So, let's move forward with courage, wisdom, and a vision that keeps humanity at its core. In 1950, in the small town of Hawkins, everything seems peaceful. Vintage cars race down the streets, kids gather in diners for milkshakes, and rock and roll plays on the radio. But beneath this calm surface, darkness stirs. Ancient secrets awaken, and a parallel world begins to invade reality. Shadows move where they shouldn't, and old antennas no longer pick up signals, transmitting voices from the unknown instead. Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and 11 can feel it. They're about to face something no one else notices. Together, they discover a doorway to another world of flipped reality where fear and chaos threaten to consume their town. A battle with forces that don't belong in their world is coming, and if they lose, Hawkins will never be the same again. In the year 1950, science meets nature in a way no one could have predicted. On a remote island, a world thought lost to time is brought back to life. Jurassic Park, a marvel of human achievement, offers a glimpse into the past living, breathing dinosaurs. Visitors, dressed in the height of 1950s fashion, come expecting wonder and adventure. But what begins as a spectacle of awe quickly turns into a nightmare. Control is an illusion, and nature has its own plans. The towering gates once meant to contain the beasts are now shattered, and creatures that walked the earth millions of years ago roam freely. Now, it's a race for survival as the lines between predator and prey blur. Welcome to Jurassic Park, but will anyone make it out alive?
But in this game of shadows, he's not alone. Friends and foes merge and blur, and danger echoes in every glance and gesture. And as the final moment nears, he stands face to face with his nemesis, locked in a battle not just for survival, but for something far greater. This journey, a dance of wits and courage, reminds us that sometimes the answers we seek lie not in the light, but in the shadows. But we are undeterred, armed with determination and a fierce sense of purpose. The journey is filled with challenges, moments that test our resolve, yet we press on, drawn by a calling stronger than any fear or doubt. The truth lies ahead, and whatever we must face, we'll face it together, relentless in our pursuit to uncover what others have buried.
In a city shrouded in shadows, I've been chasing secrets that were buried long before I ever stepped foot here. Every alleyway, every hidden passage seemed to lead to something darker and deeper. Along the way, I found allies and made enemies, each encounter leaving its mark. There were moments when I felt the weight of history pressing down on me, like I was chasing ghosts from another time. I've faced more than my share of close calls, uneasy deals, and dark revelations. But somewhere, buried in this maze of secrets, was the truth. And I could feel it, just out of reach, like a whisper in the fog. In the end, I found myself back where it all began, with more questions than answers, but a glimmer of peace. Because sometimes, just knowing you got close to the truth is enough. Friends, we have endured shadows and storms, obstacles that tested our limits, and enemies that tried to break us. Yet, here we stand, each scar a testament to our resilience, every lie a reminder of the loyalty that binds us. We have sought truth where darkness thrived and faced battles that demanded more than strength, they demanded unity. Today, we hold not just the victory of a single fight, but the wisdom and courage gained through struggle. Let us carry forward, not in fear, but in conviction, for we've shown the world that no force can divide us. Together, we've written a story that will echo far beyond these days, a tale of bravery, of resolve, and of friendship. Let this be the start of a new dawn. In a world built on secrets and shadows, we stand as the line between chaos and order, not just by choice, but because it's in our nature drawn to the whispers behind closed doors, to the hidden messages left in plain sight. They think they can deceive us, wrap us in illusions, but they underestimate the resolve we carry. Together, we unravel the schemes, outwit the traps, and chase the truth through every darkened alley, every smoky club, every forgotten corner of this city. We move forward not because it's easy, but because it's the only way we know. We face the danger, the betrayals, and in those moments of clarity, we find the answers. We know who we are, and more importantly, what we're fighting for. This world may be unforgiving, but so are we. Lately, I've felt like a lone figure walking through an endless maze, caught between choices I can't escape and shadows I can't shake. The world around us, this city, its alleys, the crowded rooms, and empty platforms, it's filled with secrets and unseen connections, each leading to another question, another twist. And here we are, playing our parts, hoping that in some way, we're a step closer to something solid, something true. But even as the lights flicker and the echoes grow louder, there's this urge, this drive to push forward. Because, in the end, it's not about the shadows or the noise, it's about finding our place in it, finding the path only we can walk. We each have a moment, a spark where choice and chance meet. When that happens, all I can hope for is to stand my ground and hold on to what's real. The maze may be endless, but I'm not turning back now.
In a world where the extraordinary blends seamlessly with the ordinary, family isn't just about blood, it's about strength, resilience, and standing together in the face of the impossible. Picture a time where simplicity ruled, the 1950s, where suburban charm masked hidden talents, and behind closed doors, heroes were born. They weren't seeking glory, nor did they want the spotlight. But when duty called, they answered, suited in retro elegance, embracing their powers to protect, to fight, and to love. This isn't just about saving the day. It's about standing side by side with the ones who matter most, trusting in their abilities as much as you trust in your own. In this era, in this family, every challenge was a chance to show that true strength comes from unity. Together, they weren't just heroes, they were unstoppable. In a world where simplicity and style reign supreme, the charm of the 1950s meets the vibrant energy of Bikini Bottom. Picture it, a time when everything was sleek, classic, and brimming with optimism. Our beloved characters, from SpongeBob to Squidward, step into this retro era with a fresh new look, blending the familiar with the iconic. Whether it's SpongeBob flipping Krabby Patties like a star at a vintage diner, or Sandy conducting cutting-edge experiments in her 1950s-style lab, each moment is filled with the magic of a bygone time. It's a time where optimism and fun meet sleek design and bold colors. This is more than just nostalgia. It's a celebration of a timeless style where the past and present merge in an unforgettable way.
1950, a time of change. America stands on the brink of a new era, but in its shadows lurks something horrifying, something too terrifying to even whisper about. Edward Brock, a journalist obsessed with the truth, has gone too far. He uncovered a case that should have remained buried. Disappearances, dark secrets, all hidden in the depths of the night. But one day, in his search for answers, Edward encountered something that changed him forever. The darkness he sought to expose consumed him instead. It's not just hidden in the shadows, it's alive. It found a vessel, and now they are one. The man who once existed is no more. Only hatred remains, only power. Only venom. In this world, where fear has taken flesh, no one is safe. Now, anyone who dares to look into the dark corners of the city will learn, the darkness is watching. And it's hungry.
In the heart of a city where neon lights reflect off shattered mirrors, lives are hidden, spoken of in whispers. Here, among quiet streets and gleaming facades, beneath the surface of the ordinary, desires simmer, inescapable and overwhelming. They are the ones who dream of freedom, even if it means defying everything they've known. Every kiss, every glance is a step into the abyss, from which there may be no return. In this city, desires are stronger than rules, and secrets grow heavier with each passing day, like uninvited guests knocking on the door of the soul. Here, there is no room for chance. Here, every choice leads to new trials, where only time will reveal who is willing to go all the way and who will crumble under the weight of their own sins. And when all that is hidden comes to light, they will realize they were never alone in this game. Their secrets cannot remain in the shadows forever.
In a world where shadows stretch long and danger lurks around every corner, there comes a time when every individual must face their greatest challenge. The year is 1950, and the stakes have never been higher. We live in an age where power is won not just through might, but through resilience, strategy, and unshakable belief. Our heroes are not defined by their capes or their costumes, but by their will to rise again and again, no matter how many times they fall. It's not about the battles we've fought, but the battles we've yet to win. With courage as our shield and determination as our weapon, we stand on the brink of something extraordinary. We face the unknown, and in doing so, we become unstoppable. The time for action is now. In the heart of 1950, we find ourselves on the brink of transformation, where the old world meets the future, and only the brave will rise. It's not just about surviving the challenges we face, but about daring to stand tall in the face of uncertainty. We are fighters, pioneers of a new era, united by the strength in our hearts and the fire in our souls. Every battle, whether against our fears or the forces that seek to push us back, becomes a defining moment. The power we carry is in our resolve, in the choices we make every day, and in the connections we build. Together, we move forward, fearless, rewriting the future with every step we take, turning obstacles into opportunities. This isn't just our moment, it's the dawn of something greater. Our legacy begins now. Sometimes life throws challenges at us that feel impossible to overcome. We find ourselves surrounded by doubt, misunderstood, and judged by those who don't see our potential. But it's in those moments of struggle that we discover our true selves. Every setback, every obstacle, only sharpens our resolve and fuels our determination. The world may try to break us down, but deep inside, there's a fire that refuses to die. As we push forward, we grow stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. Eventually, the same people who overlooked us will realize that we become something extraordinary. But by then, it won't be about proving them wrong, it'll be about proving to ourselves just how capable we are. Success isn't about fitting in, it's about standing out, embracing our uniqueness, and showing the world what we're truly made of. In a world where time blends the retro elegance of the 1950s with the possibilities of tomorrow, one thing remains clear: change is inevitable. We stand on the edge of a new era, where the boundaries of imagination are being rewritten. The familiar silhouettes of vintage designs now merge with the advanced, creating a harmony of the past and future like never before. Our heroes, ordinary in their origins, now rise with a strength and purpose that mirrors this transformation. Together, they face challenges that defy gravity, breaking through limits and forging a future of limitless potential. This isn't just a journey through time, it's a revolution, where the old world meets the future head-on, creating something extraordinary. A future we can all be a part of, if we dare to believe. In the heart of a city that never sleeps, where shadows stretch long into the night, heroes emerge from the unknown. In the Gotham of the 1950s, danger lurks behind every corner, and the line between light and darkness grows thin. This is not just about the caped vigilantes, it's about the fight for justice in a world where chaos reigns. The stakes are high, and the villains, smarter, sharper, deadlier. But with courage and conviction, those who protect this city stand tall, battling the unknown in retro style, vintage gear, and with a determination that burns brighter than ever. The fight for Gotham's soul has only just begun. In a time when everything seemed picture perfect, there were those who saw beyond the surface. The polished smiles, the gleaming cars, the tidy homes, they all hid a truth that few were willing to face, but some couldn't turn away. They knew that change wasn't just coming, it was something they had to fight for. United by their courage, they dared to ask the questions no one else would. In the shadows of the 1950s, they stood against the tide, not for glory. Together, they stood strong, ready to challenge everything and take back what had been stolen. Because in a world full of lies, only the bold and the brave could bring real change, and they were the ones who would do it. Because sometimes, doing what's right means breaking what's wrong. In a time when the world seems quieter, beneath the surface, a storm brews. The year is 1950, but the challenges we face are timeless. Every choice we make, every step we take is a gamble, one that can change everything in an instant. But that's what defines us, not the cards we're dealt, but how we play them. We've seen hardships, betrayal, and loss. Yet, we stand tall, bound by a shared understanding that the only way forward is together. The rules may be stacked against us, but when you're willing to risk it all, the impossible becomes inevitable. The stakes are higher than ever, but so is our resolve, because when the dust settles, it's not about who had the easiest path. It's about who had the courage to walk it. In the shadows of an unforgiving world, where every choice carries the weight of life and death, we find ourselves standing on the edge of the unknown. It's not just survival we seek, it's the strength to overcome, to rise above the fear, and to fight for what truly matters. When everything around us crumbles, it's our resolve that holds us together, our determination that drives us forward. We may face impossible odds, but with courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bonds we've forged, we can defy the darkness. In this moment, it's not just about surviving, it's about becoming stronger than the forces that threaten to tear us apart. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are the future.
Time has changed, but they remain the same. On streets filled with vintage cars and glowing neon lights, those who once saved the world gather again, but now, they face a new enemy. The 1950s world may seem peaceful, but it's only an illusion. In the shadows around every corner, in every reflection, lurks a threat they have yet to face. In an era where everything seems possible, they will learn that even the past holds dangers that can reshape the future. These heroes have saved the world before, but can they stop the forces that disrupt time itself? In a world where everything is at stake, one team stands between darkness and light. They must be ready. Because time won't wait, and this time, it could destroy everything.
In 1950, the world as we knew it began to shift beneath our feet. We found ourselves tangled in the secrets of hidden alliances and unspoken rivalries, each revealing a new layer to the journey we'd started. Every familiar street and dim-lit room held stories that stretched beyond what we could see, and with each step, we uncovered truths wrapped in shadows. Old allies brought new challenges, and strangers opened doors to secrets buried long ago. It wasn't just about finding answers, it was about finding the strength to face the unknown and confront the unexpected. Bound by our discoveries, we moved forward, embracing a world that was changing as quickly as we were. And in that shared moment of courage, we became more than a team, we became a force, united by the journey and ready to face whatever lies ahead. In a world where the lines between good and evil are drawn with striking clarity, we find ourselves transported to the heart of a 1950s universe where tradition meets the unknown. Amidst the retro charm of mid-century elegance, the stakes have never been higher. Heroes rise, not in sleek, modern armor, but in vintage style, where leather jackets and classic gowns are as powerful as the forces they wield. The battle for balance between light and darkness takes on a timeless, vintage flair. It's a story of loyalty, rebellion, and the pursuit of destiny. This is not just a fight for survival, but a dance between the old world and the future, all wrapped in a striking retro vision that speaks to the strength of courage, unity, and style. Here, the galaxy is at a turning point where every step, every choice, carries the weight of the past and the promise of the future. In a world that's growing darker by the day, there are choices we all have to make, paths we're forced to walk. Sometimes, they take us to places we never imagined, testing us, pushing us to the edge. We face people and moments that challenge who we are at our core. Every turn we take, there's a new threat, a new battle to fight, and not just with others, but within ourselves. But even in that darkness, there's always a glimmer of light. It's that drive to hold on, to stand firm, that reminds us why we fight. We fight for what matters, for those who can't fight for themselves, for the ones who stand with us. And when all's said and done, when the dust settles and we look around at what we've become, we know one thing: we're still here, still standing, because no matter the cost, we didn't back down.
In a world where the streets are lined with neon lights, and the air is thick with the hum of old machinery, a lone hero steps forward. His name is Mario. And in the shadowy alleys and hidden tunnels of a retro 1950s city, his journey begins. But this isn't just a race against time, it's a battle for survival. Beneath the cobblestones and towering buildings, the underworld hums with danger, rusted gears, forgotten traps, and a mechanical menace waiting to strike. With every leap into the unknown and every step through dust-covered vents, Mario faces a world that's long been forgotten by those above. Armed with nothing but his instincts, his signature red cap, and a heart full of determination, he dives into the city's deepest, darkest secrets. From crumbling factories to labyrinthine tunnels, every turn could be his last. But Mario knows that courage isn't about avoiding fear, it's about facing it head-on.
In a world where neon lights glow and shadows stretch long across the streets of a 1950s city, danger is always lurking. Amongst the chrome and the jazz clubs, the heart of the city beats to the rhythm of crime. But swinging high above the chaos is a hero, hidden in plain sight. By day, he's just Peter Parker, a quiet kid trying to make ends meet in a world moving too fast. But by night, he becomes something more, Spider-Man. In his retro red and blue suit, he's the silent guardian, battling enemies who thrive in the darkness. With the power to climb walls and spin webs, he fights not for glory, but for the safety of the city he loves. The streets may be filled with gangsters in sharp suits and villains hiding in the shadows, but they don't stand a chance when Spider-Man's on the prowl. The city belongs to its people, and he'll make sure it stays that way. In a world where neon signs flicker in the night, and the hum of the city echoes through the fog, a group of unlikely heroes is drawn together by fate. In the heart of this 1950s metropolis, beneath the polished surface of jazz clubs and towering skyscrapers, something ancient stirs. The power of darkness lurks in the shadows, waiting for the moment to strike. Bound by an unbreakable bond, this fellowship must navigate a world where danger hides behind every corner. Their mission, to protect the city from forces that threaten to consume it whole. The streets are their battleground, the alleys their refuge, and every step brings them closer to the final confrontation. But in this city, nothing is what it seems, and as dawn breaks, they'll face the greatest challenge yet. In a time shrouded in shadows, our journey has taken us to the very heart of the unknown. It's 1950, and yet every path we tread feels as if it has been walked by seekers before us, each step guided by a thirst for the truth hidden in plain sight. Together with my allies, I've moved through quiet streets and dimly lit rooms, facing challenges that would make anyone else turn back. But we're not just here to uncover secrets, we're here because the truth matters. With every piece of the puzzle we gather, we're one step closer to understanding the unseen forces shaping our world. And no matter the cost, we're ready to face what lies ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand at the edge of a mystery, where every shadow holds a secret and every silence hints at a story untold. In this city, amidst the whispers of hidden truths and fleeting glances, trust is rare, and alliances are built on a knife's edge. We are seekers, bound by a relentless drive to uncover what others fear to see, to find answers where most would turn away. In our search, danger becomes a familiar companion, and the line between friend and foe blurs with every step. Yet, no matter how dark the path, we press forward not for glory or riches, but for the truth that lies beyond the veil. Together, we journey into the unknown, prepared to face whatever awaits, because in the end, the truth is worth the risk. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand at the edge of something far greater than ourselves, drawn together by a purpose that feels almost inevitable. Our journey, as twisted and unpredictable as it has been, has shaped us into something more resilient, more determined than we could have imagined. Through shadows and secrets, we've navigated the silent alleys, forged alliances under streetlights, and faced fears that linger in the dark. And though our world seems to grow ever more complex, with mysteries that challenge our every instinct, we have not faltered. Each step has tested our resolve, but here we remain, stronger, wiser, and more unbreakable. Ahead lies uncertainty, but we no longer fear it. Together, we walk forward, knowing that whatever awaits us, we will face it, hand in hand, united by a bond unshakable and true. In 1950, in a world where space and the future intertwine with the elegance of a retro era, they faced each other. In a world where Jedi not only fight for justice, but also for their deepest desires, passion and power blend into every moment. Their battles are more than just a clash of good and evil. They are a dance that ignites fire among the stars. On streets lit by neon lights, in secret rooms behind veils of mystery, every glance and gesture speaks louder than words. Where retro cars race along cosmic highways, and even in the dark alleys of space stations, passion flares, breaking down all barriers. They are the heroes and anti-heroes of a new era, entwined with the past. In a world stuck between the elegance of the 1950s and the terror of a future no one expected, humanity faces a new kind of enemy, cold, relentless, unstoppable. They blend in among us, hidden in the shadows of neon lights and busy streets, with only one goal: to erase the future we hold dear. But in the heart of a man born of this era, there lies a fire, a resistance that machines cannot comprehend. With every step, the past clashes with the future in a battle for survival. Where retro cars race against the ticking clock of a distant tomorrow, and the clash of steel and flesh echoes. Through the night, one thing is certain: the fight has only just begun, and this time, history is not on our side. In a world where every darkened corner hides a tale, we find ourselves navigating a maze of secrets and silent betrayals. The year is 1950, and in this post-war city, the stakes are high and the rules are thin as smoke. Here, allies and enemies often share the same drink, casting shadows under neon lights and fading jazz. Every step we take brings us closer to the truth, or perhaps to more mysteries hidden beneath layers of loyalty, ambition, and deceit. We are here not just to survive, but to understand, to uncover what lies behind the closed doors and guarded glances. So, we keep our wits sharp and our hearts steady. Because in this city, it's not just about right and wrong, it's about who's left standing, still holding on to their piece of the truth.
The city is covered in smoke and fire, the streets filled with tension. The 1950s, a time when everything seems peaceful on the surface, but in the shadows, everyone is ready to fight. This isn't just a battle for victory. It's a war where every punch defines the future. These fighters are more than just martial artists. Each of them is a legend, fighting for their honor. And every step, every strike echoes the past. The streets of this city remember the pain and triumph. But this time the stakes are higher. Every fight is more than a confrontation. It's a story rewritten with fists. They knew they would fight, but who will be the last one standing? It's time to find out who is the true champion of these streets.